So we're holding Tanya, page 95 in the Chayenu, chapter 29, Sunday the 12th of Adar. Previously it was explained that if someone feels weighed down by his animal soul, that it is enabling his godly soul, that it is not enabling his godly soul to shine and inspire him. So the method we learned, he should crush his animalistic coarseness of spirit, which is essentially the personality of the Beinoni, who has not eradicated the bad totally, as the tzaddik does, thereby releasing his godly soul from being suppressed. By crushing the animalistic soul, you're releasing the godly soul from being suppressed. In today's lesson, humility, meditation, one's ability to desire evil makes a person lower than an insect. Add to that the negative effect of past sins. No wonder one is not spiritually attuned. The Alter Rebbe now proceeds to suggest various lines of reasoning that the Beinoni may use in order to humble and crush his spirit, and thereby the sitra achra of his animal soul. By crushing his spirit, he will also crush the sitra achra of his animal soul. The first of these follows from the point just concluded, that the personality of the Beinoni is in fact an expression of the sitra achra, the animal soul. If so, that he is actually the animal soul, he is removed from God with the utmost remoteness, for the lusting drive in his animal soul is capable of lusting also after forbidden things. It starts with having lust for permissible things, and then he has lust for forbidden things, which are contrary to God's will. Now this is another level. It says, while he does not desire to do them, these forbidden things in actual practice, God forbid, yet they are not truly repulsive to him as they are to tzaddikim, as explained above. So really the difference between Beinoni and a tzaddik is also on the level of is repulsiveness, how repulsive it is to him, sins and forbidden things. In this he is inferior to and more loathsome and abominable than unclean animals and insects and reptiles, as mentioned above, for even they do not transgress against God's will. And since he does so, in his mind at least, he is worse than they. They follow the pattern that they were created for. Snake, an insect, it does exactly what Hashem decided for it to do, and never deviates from his path. And if someone sins, he deviates from the path that Hashem ordained for him. Therefore, he is worse than an insect. As it is written in Psalms 22, verse 7, but I am a worm and not a man. That's King David said it about himself. Imagine, as a human being who chooses to lower himself to the level of a worm, I am worse than a worm. For it is a worm by creation rather than by choice. If someone is, the worm was created a worm, right? But this guy, if an individual sins, he lowers himself by choice to a level that is lower than the worm itself.
Yeah, because the worm was created And he made himself a worm.
The worm didn't deviate. He deviates from God's will.
Very interesting.
But what of the times when the divine soul of the Benoni dominates him, such as during prayer? Sometimes the godly soul is winning, is prevailing, is dominating, such as during prayer, when he experiences a revealed love of God, and there is no room in his heart for any mundane desires. To this, the Alter Rebbe answers, "Gam shemizgaberes boi nafsho likis lo yiravu la'avai b'shat hatfila, in the bemes la'amite legamre, ma'achar shecholefes v'yiveres achar hatfilo k'nizkar le'esof perek Yud Gimel." Even when his divine soul gathers strength within him to arouse his love of God during prayer, this predominance of divine soul is not altogether genuine, since it is transient and vanishes after prayer, as mentioned earlier. So it's something that is momentarily. He is now during prayer, during learning Torah, his godly soul is dominating, but he goes out of the door, all bets are off, right? Well, that's the Tanya for the 12th day of Adar.